This is Jonathan Aguilar here for Pro Boxing Fans, joined by the former WBA regular heavyweight champion Lucas Browne, who's fighting for another heavyweight title this Saturday in
Yeah.
Miami. I don't know what that would make you. What, a two sport weight world champion or
Well, I've people forget that I also fought Daniel Cormier in MMA for a world title. It
right?
was an Australian one, a lesser one, but Cormier makes it better, obviously. But that'll be three world title, at least challenger. Yes.
Well, yeah, you are fighting in Miami this Saturday live on Talk Sport here in the UK, well, worldwide. Tell us, Lucas, what made you want to fight in BKB?
I'll be honest, it just landed in my lap. I was going to the UK to help a friend out. He was the main card, Matt Floyd,
Yep.
and I jumped on his card because someone pulled out. Now, I was on for an exhibition. I was 125 kilos. The guy was 85, Tony Giles. And it was just an exhibition fight. But the guy that picked me up from the airport, Steve Walsh, he had a good conversation with BKB and away we went. So, like, it was never planned. I was going over for an exhibition fight and coming home and then getting on with life. So it just came about and here we are.
Because I remember a few years ago, on your social media, you were kind of saying, "Look, I'm kind of getting towards the end of boxing and
Yeah.
my career, but did this opportunity was it just too good to turn down?"
Oh, hell yeah. I I started fighting with MMA and boxing just because I didn't want to look back and think, what if? I would rather do it and fail than be the one go, oh, I could have done that. I hate those people. So that's the only reason I started fighting in the first place. And the opportunity arose to BKB. I'm like, why not? Let's give it a go. Or fuck it, let's do it. That's pretty much it, yeah.
Now you've got obviously a Cuban on Saturday. I'm beating Cuban rather, Gustavo
Yeah,
Trujillo. He looks
yeah.
like a dangerous guy. He's got obviously more experience in BKB than you. Uh, what what
Yes.
what what gives you the confidence you're going to win this fight?
I am me. That's the thing. Like, regardless of him, he can be whoever the hell he wants. I am me. I'm in my head. I have the weapons to go. And it's bare knuckles, so anything can happen. Like one punch will change everything. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I don't think he's. Don't get me wrong, special. He's very come forward, very straight, very stand up. Obviously, I'm a machine. Don't get me wrong, and should be respected. But it's not as if he moves around and has angles and does all this sort of stuff. He just comes at you. So I don't think I'll have to search for him, so to speak. But I do think, from my point of view, an amateur style boxing is better because when you're in and out, there's no way in hell I want to stand in a pocket and get punched in the face. Like I don't understand how you would want to do that. So I'm going to do my little amateur style, I suppose, and take it from there.
I guess like I've watched a bit of BKB. I saw the Paulie Malignaggi fight. It's very
Yep,
difficult anyway to try and box on the outside because it's a small ring. So I guess
that's
this
right.
the Cuban style or whatever boxing on the back foot isn't going to necessarily work, right?
No, that's right. And because the trigon, if you're in a corner, you're in a corner. You know what I mean? So I found there was actually a decent amount of room to move, like in my last fight. So I was very happy with that. But again, if you can trap someone in the corner, you can have you over them, so to speak. So I'm going to make sure I keep moving and not be in a corner.
This BKB is growing in popularity, especially amongst former professional boxers.
Yeah,
What do you think is convincing people to move from pro boxing to this? Because we've seen Paulie Malignaggi was out the ring for years and he came back the other
yeah,
week.
yeah.
What's the factors? Do you think?
I think for the fact that, like, if a boxer was to go to MMA, they'd be a fish out of water in regards to wrestling, etc., etc. But this is just boxing, but with the gloves off. So you've already got the skills, you've already got the talent, you've already got the experience. So it makes sense for a boxer to come over. It makes it very much more real, of course. You find obviously you get a lot of damage and damage to the hands and stuff. So other than that, it's boxing. So it makes sense. Yeah.
If you could fight one of your former opponents in BKB, who would you choose?
Shit, I don't know.
Dave Allen?
He's got a hard head, so no. Dillian Whyte.
Yeah.
Dillian Whyte. Yeah. I for that fight, I didn't turn up both physically and mentally, and he was on fire. So like, I'll take nothing away from that fight. He well deserved that and won with everything he had. That was great. But yeah, to be more prepared, come in better condition, and bare knuckle, Dillian Whyte. Yeah,
What would happen if you two fought BKB?
I smash him because very different beast. I'm a very different beast in the BKB. Very different. I had a boxing fight recently in Germany, and everything went back to yeah, we'll be okay. And I got beat by a 21-year-old. And it was just the fact that my boxing mind is like, yeah, we'll be okay. Bare knuckles like, no, you're not hitting me. You know what I mean? So I think now at this stage in my life, I'm very much more suited to BKB than I am boxing.
How many BKB fights do you want? If you win the fight Saturday, you're heavyweight champion. Do you want to sort of defend the belt? Do you want to, like I
Yeah.
say, fight some big names?
Listen, I'll be honest. I'm well and truly at the end of my career. I'm not stupid enough to think I'm not. I'd want to keep going as long as I'm allowing myself to keep going. If I started getting belted and beat up, well then see you later. But if I keep winning, then why the fuck not? But yeah, I'm getting old. It's 40. I'm 46. I'm not silly. I know I'm getting old. They start putting 21-year-olds in and everything else. You feel the difference. But if I keep winning, let's keep going.
And when you're training for BKB, what size gloves are you using? Are you using like very small gloves?
Nah, 16s. Everything's normal as boxing. Um, it's just the fact you don't get injured in training.
Hmm.
Like that, especially I know some people that actually spar lightly with knuckles. I'm like, that's just dumb. I'd be cut everywhere, you know what I mean? So everything else is normal, except I'm doing a little bit more kung fu, which is all the hand conditioning and all that sort of stuff. So I'm doing more of that for obvious reasons. But you can't condition your face, you know what I mean? So it is what it is.
Lastly, Lucas announced the other day Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul fighting in Miami, December 19th. What's your
Yeah,
prediction and what's your thoughts on it?
I think fighting. So anyone can win on any punch, etc. I think if Anthony Joshua is smart enough to go back to his amateur roots and stay in and out, Jake Paul have no chance. If he fights in the pocket, it's a different story. So it's literally up to AJ to lose.
That's interesting because people are saying that if he gets in the pocket and lands, if the fight's over, but you don't see it that way.
But he's not really that inside fighter. Yes, he threw the uppercut to Klitschko, but like he's not like Mike Tyson's an inside fighter. You know what I mean? He's more suited to be outside with his height, his reach, and the amateur background. So I don't know why you would want to then go back inside when it's already working on the outside. You know, and stay outside.
So do you think it could end up like another, say, Ruiz situation if he
Yep,
starts trading?
very much so. Very much so. Yes, 100%.
Interesting. All
Yeah,
right, Lucas. Appreciate your time. Like I say, best of luck Saturday
yeah,
night fighting for the heavyweight title, BKB in Miami, live on Talk
yeah.
Sport. And yeah, I'll speak to you soon, mate. All the
Legend, mate.
best.
Thank you very much. Okay.